अनंत संसार समुद्रतार नौकायिताभ्यां गुरुभक्तिदाभ्यां वैराग्यसाम्राज्यद पूजनाभ्यां नमो नमः श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्यां नमो नमः श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्यां नमो नमः श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्यां। जय जय जगदम्ब शिवे, जय जय कामाक्षि, जय जयाद्रिसुते, जय जय महेश दयिते, जय जय चिद्गगन कौमुदी धारे। बोलो जगन माता की जय। I offer my prostrations to the lotus feet of my master, with whose love and grace this exposition is being made possible. Then I offer him my purest love, knowing that he is verily the Divine Mother herself. Jagan Matrake Pahi Mam, Pahi Mam, Pahi Mam. So continuing on with our Lalita Sahasranam Saptam, we were looking at Lalita Sahasranam so far coming up as small bunches. It will help us be more mindful while chanting if we remember these bunches. Because as soon as a new bunch emerges, if we can bring about the meaning or the essence of that bunch to the surface, and we can bring the bhav associated with that bunch to the surface, that would help us with our mindful chanting. So last satsang we took upon the bunch of the Mahat Swarup or the grandeur of the Divine Mother, how she is worshipped and how light rays emerge from her, get personified as yoginis who in turn serve her. Today we will be taking up Chandra Vidya and Surya Vidya, worshipping the Divine Mother in the Chandra Mandal and worshipping the Divine Mother in the Surya Mandal. These are the two things. So the Chandra Mandal, Manu Vidya, Chandra Vidya, Chandra Mandala Madhyaga, Charu Rupa, Charu Hasa, Charu Chandra Kaladhara, Charachara Jagannatha, Chakra Raja Niketana, Parvati, Padmanayana, Padmaraga Samaprabha, Pancha Pretasanasena, Pancha Brahmaswarupini, Chinmayi, Paramananda, Vijnana Ghanarupini, Dhyana Dhyatra Dhyeya Rupa, Dharma Dharma Vivarjita, Vishwarupa Jagarani, Swapanti Taijasatmika, Supta Prajnatmika, Turiya, Sarva Avastha Vivarjita, Srushtikartri Brahma Rupa Goptri Govinda Rupini, Samharini Rudra Rupa Tirodhana Karishwari, Sadashiva Anugrahada, Panchakritya Parayana. So from Manu Vidya to Panchakritya Parayana is all worshipping the Divine Mother in the Chandra Mandal, Chandra Mandala Madhyaga. So there are two places where the Divine Mother is worshipped, in the Chandra Mandal and the Surya Mandal. The Chandra Mandal being the Sahasrar Kamal at the crown chakra, and the Surya Mandal being the Anahat chakra or the Hridaya Sthana. These are the two places she is worshipped. So first we are going to take up worship of the Divine Mother at the Sahasrar. Manu Vidya, Chandra Vidya, Chandra Mandala Madhyaga. Manu are the Manasputras of Brahma, Chandra and Adi. There were many worshippers of the Divine Mother, many devotees of the Divine Mother who worshipped her at the Chandramandal. And Manu Vidya, Chandra Vidya, Chandramandala Madhyaga. It just signifies that Manu, Chandra, etc., etc. And the rest of the people who worship the Divine Mother were Chandramandala Madhyaga. So Manu and Chandra are devotees of the Divine Mother who practiced Shri Vidya at the Sahasrar Kamal. Manu Vidya, Chandra Vidya, Chandramandala Madhyaga. She is in the very center of that Chandramandal. Chandra is Sudha Swarup. Chandra also signifies the mind. If the mind is full of sweetness, filled with sweet emotion of bhakti, then no matter what emerges from that mind, thoughts, emotions, desires, expectations, so on and so forth, everything that emerges from the mind will be nothing but sweet. Which is why she holds Manorupekshu Kodanda, Mana Rupa Ikshu Kodanda, because when she holds the mind becomes that sweet, of just like a sugar cane. No matter where you bite it, it's sweetness. So Chandrama Manaso Jataha. So the moon is compared to the mind. And Sudha Sagara Madhyastha Kamakshi Kamadayini. That Sudha Sagar is at the Sahastrar Kamal. Chandramandala Madhyaga. And how is she over there? She's Charu Rupa. Charu is beautiful. Charu Rupa, beautiful Swarup. Charu Hasa, with a beautiful smile. Charu Chandra Kaladhara. And she's sitting there wearing that Chandra Kala on her crown. Charu Chandra, beautiful Chandra Kala that she's wearing on her mukut. And how are her eyes? Charachara Jagannatha. She sits there as the Jagannath, Charachara. From there she watches the entire microcosm. Now we are talking about the microcosm. Now if we look at the universal body, she is in the Chandramandal. And from there, with those beautiful eyes, beautiful face, she watches the Char Achar Jagat, because she is Char Achar Jagat Nath. Nath is the Prabhu or the ruling power. As the Charachara Jagannath, she watches the entire creation at the macrocosmic level, and she watches us at the microcosmic level. Charachara Jagannatha Chakraraja Niketana. And her Niketan is her house. Her house is the Sri Chakra. And if she is sitting at the top, which means the entire body, if we sit in Sukhasan, then it forms a triangle. At the tip of the triangle on the top is Chandramandala Madhyaka, Charu Rupa, Charu Hasa, Charu Chandra Kaladhara, Charachara Jagannatha, Chakraraja Niketana. But this body, if you look at the Meru Chakra, it has many layers. One layer over another, over another, over another, and it ascends to form that triangle. Although there are many Parva is parts or bhag. Although there are many Parva, she is sitting at the very top, being the continuity between all the Parvas. And that is Parvati. Parvati is the continuity that exists within all the Parvas that create this entire Sri Chakra within our body. Parvati Padmanayana. Padma is lotus-eyed, long, beautiful eyes, and from those eyes she watches everything with Karuna. Padmanayana Padmaraga Samaprabha. See, as we discussed, Vagdevis continuously keep bringing her Roop Dhyan, saying don't forget, don't get too lost in the Tatvik Chintan, which is why they keep giving the form of the mother. They keep reminding us, hey, remember who we are talking about. She has Padmanayana. She's Charurupa, Charuhasa, Charu Chandra Kaladhara. Padmanayana, Padmaraga Samaprabha. Padmarag is the red rubies, red stones. Sama is similar to the Padmarag, her Prabha, or the light emerging from her is similar to the light emerging from a Padmaragamani. Padmaraga Samaprabha, Panchapretasanasena. And in the Chandramandal, how does she sit? She sits on asan, or she sits on a simhasan which has Panchapretasanasena. 5. Pret doesn't mean dead body. Pret just means aspects. Panchapretasanasena, Panchabrahmaswarupini. All those 5 legs on the simhasan that she is sitting, they are the Pancha Brahma. They are the 5 aspects that signify, that show us what does she do sitting at the Chandramandal. So we already know she is sitting in the Sahasrar, in a Chandrabimba. At the center of that Chandrabimba, there is a beautiful simhasan which has 5 legs. Each leg is a Pancha Brahmasan, that's what it's called. Each leg is an aspect of her task in the creation. And how does she sit there? Chinmayi. She has always been there. Maybe you and I just realized that she's been sitting there, but she is Chinmayi. Always been sitting there. Not only at the microcosmic level, at the macrocosmic level also. She's always there. Chinmayi Paramananda. She's sitting there with Paramananda. And the devotee who realizes, oh my God, the Divine Mother is right there, also experiences Paramananda. Chinmayi Paramananda. Vijnana Ghana Rupini. Vijnana is that pure knowledge. Ghana is dense. Rupini. As if all the knowledge is put together in one form. That's her Swarup. Because if she is the Charachara Jagannath, she knows every aspect of the creation and how to control every aspect of the creation. And that knowledge is Vijnana Ghanarupini. Dhyana Dhyatra Dhyeya Rupa. Such a beautiful name, Dhyana. Till now, we were sitting, closed eyes. I don't know where the Divine Mother is. She's going to come from somewhere. She's going to appear somewhere. All that happens in the mind. But when we know that she is all there is that I experience, even my thoughts, she is the light, the source of the light within, and everything that I experience in my mind is nothing but her own light. So that dhyana, the process of meditation, dhyana, dhyatru, the one who is doing the meditation, and the dhyeya, which is the source of the light, become one. Because dhyana is the process of traveling backwards along one ray of the light. Dhyatru is the one that's traveling that path. And dhyeya is the source of the light within. But the source of the light, the ray of the light, and upon which the light falls, is all her. So then dhyana, dhyatra, dhyeya becomes one. Dhyana, dhyatra, dhyeya rupa. She is all three. Dharma, adharma, vivarjita. And when all rays of light are emerging from her, who's to say this ray of light is dharma, this ray of light is adharma? She is beyond dharma and adharma. But remember, in the beginning stages, we need walking along the path of dharma and avoiding adharma. Because from the demonic qualities, we need to first accumulate divine qualities by performing dharmic action. When such a person continues performing dharmic action, he builds the Daivi Sampatti. After building the Daivi Sampatti, the mother graces him with a guru. The guru lights the fire of knowledge, ignites the fire of knowledge, and then the sadhak starts offering his ahankar. In such a state, he becomes more and more and more pure. And such a person, naturally, whatever he performs will be dharmic. Because the adharma has already been destroyed at the very beginning. So at that stage, Dharma Dharma Vivarjita. Then there is no difference between any action, it is all purely Divine Mother's will. Because then at that point, when we have completely offered all our ahankar and we are operating in the world, doing all the things we were doing before, but now with a firm belief that I exist, I am performing actions only as an image in her light. Dharma Dharma Vivarjita. Vishwarupa Jagarini Swapanti Taijasatmika. Vishwarupa is this entire Vishwa, is her form. When Jagarini. So the waking state is her form. And whatever you see in the waking state is her form. Vishwarupa Jagarini. Swapanti. Now let's talk about the dream state. In the dream state, whatever you see, that's also her. Taijasatmika. And in the dream state, you are able to see all of that because of her power, which is personified as Taijas. Taijasatmika. Supta. In deep sleep, she remains as Prajna. Prajnatmika. Supta. And then the fourth realm, which is Turiya, which is beyond Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, is also her. So right now here Mother is saying, the waking state of yours, that's me. The dream state of yours, that's me. The deep sleep state of yours, that's also me. Who is there in what you see when you are awake, that's me. What you see when you are in deep sleep, that's me. What you see in your dream state, that's me. What remains when everything is dissolved in that deep sleep is also me. But yet I am that which is beyond these three states. That is Turiya. Turiya Avastha. Turiya Sarva Avastha Vivarjita. Sarva Avastha Vivarjita. I am beyond all these three states. You are stuck in waking, dreaming, deep sleep. Know that waking, dreaming, deep sleep is me. It is my power that makes you see everything in the waking state. It is my power that makes you dream. It is my power indeed that is there as Sakshi when you are in deep sleep. And it is my power alone that will take you to Turiya Avastha, where you will be Sarva Avastha Vivarjita. Srishti Kartri Brahma Rupa, Goptri Govinda Rupini. Now let's talk about the 5 aspects of that Simhasan that she is sitting on. One aspect of that Simhasan is Brahma, Lord Brahma. As Lord Brahma, Mother alone creates. Srishtikartri Brahmarupa. As Lord Vishnu, she maintains. Goptri is the one who maintains, who takes care. Goptri Govinda Rupini. Samharini Rudra Rupa. She is the one that wraps up everything in the creation as Rudra. And she doesn't just haphazardly wrap things up. Tirodhana. She properly organizes everything when she wraps up. Not just wrapping up in one haphazard fashion. Tirodhana is beautifully wrapping up things. And who does that? The Divine Mother's power as Ishwar performs Tirodhana. Sadashiva Anugrahada. And as Sadashiv, she gives Anugraha. And these are the Panchakritya that she performs. Looking at this at the microcosmic level. Because at the macrocosmic level, we cannot fathom. So let's try to understand at the microcosmic level. Srushti Kartri Brahma Rupa. Whatever gets created within us, either at the physical level or at subtle levels, everything that's created is because of her power as Lord Brahma within. Whatever has been created is maintained by her power as Govinda. When we are about to go to sleep, and then how do we go to sleep? It's such a beautiful process. First, we lay down, start dissociating ourselves with our own family members, our own possessions, everything, and then slowly we slip into sleep, completely giving up everything, ultimate detachment. But when we give up, what is the power within us that makes us give up? Samharini Rudra Rupa. As Rudra, the power, the divine energy takes the form of Rudra and makes us give up everything so we can go to sleep. But when we give up everything, where every day do we wake up thinking, who am I? Where is this? Who are these people I'm living with? No. Whatever we give up, she takes it and organizes it properly. Tirodhana, Kari Ishwari. And when we wake up again in the morning, Sada Shiva Anugrahada, she gives it all back, saying, here, these are all the attachments you went to sleep with, they are back to you. The one thought that you slept with, here is that thought. Go back to that thought if you would like. Sada Shiva Anugrahada. Out of pure love, she does. It's like, the child plays with the toys. At night, after the child sleeps, the mother organizes all the toys back in the toy box. As soon as the child wakes up, the child wants the toys. Mother is like, here are all your toys. It's just very similar to that. Sadashiva Anugrahada. These are the 5 things she continuously does sitting in the Chandramandal. Srushtikartri, Brahma Rupa, Goptri, Govinda Rupini, Samharini, Rudra Rupa, Tirodhana Karishwari, Sadashiva Anugrahada, Panchakritya Parayana. That is the description of the Divine Mother in the Chandramandal, her Swarup, the asana that she sits on, the various functions the various tasks that she performs sitting there. Then comes Bhanu Mandala Madhyastha. Bhanu is Surya in the Hriday. Bhanu Mandala Madhyastha, that is the Hriday Kamal. Bhanu Mandala Madhyastha, Bhairavi. Bhiratva is constant fear. Constant fear. If we were to go to someone and express our fear, and if they are supposed to give us refuge, the one automatic action they would do is they would take their hand, put it to their chest, and they say, I'm here, don't worry, I'm here. They would never put it to their head and say, I'm here, don't worry. Because that bhiratva means fear. And abhay is be fearless, I'm here. That is the power called Bhairavi. Bhairavi is the power of the Divine Mother personified as fearlessness. And how does that come? When you worship her in the heart. She is right there. What do I have to worry? Well, everything I see around is her. Wherever I go, I'm walking in her. I'm walking as her. Who am I? I am nothing but a light ray emerging from her. Bhanu Mandala Madhyastha Bhairavi Bhagamalini. Bhaga is Aishwarya. Bhagamalini. She is the mala. She is the mala of all the Aishwarya. To who? To the one who has found her within his heart. Because now the entire universe is a playfield, is my mother's playfield. I'm going to go wherever I feel like. She's there. Bhagamalini, Padmasana. And how does she sit? She sits in a Padmasana. Bhagavati, Bhag is again Aishwarya. She sits in Padmasana as the source of all the sampada within. Padmasana Bhagavati, Padmanabha Sahodari. Padmanabha is Vishnu. And she sits there along with Lord Vishnu as his Padmanabha Sahodari, as his sister. Sister just signifying not just humanly relations. Looking at any aspect of Lalita Sahasranam from our worldly drishti, from our worldly perspective, is only going to bring us into questions. Here we are talking about Lord Shiva expressing his energy. His energy got expressed as feminine and masculine. The feminine energy being the Divine Mother, masculine energy being Lord Vishnu. And in the Hriday Kamal, they are together as masculine energy and feminine energy. Shri Hari. They are not related as husband, wife, brother, sister. This relation is that of a Jyoti and Kanti. That's it. That Jyoti is Paramatma. That Kanti has two qualities, masculine and feminine. That's it. Padmasana Bhagavati Padmanabha Sahodari Unmesha Nimishotpanna Vipanna Bhuvanavali Unmesha Nimishotpanna Nimish is opening and closing of her eyes. Utpanna Vipanna many Bhuvanavali. Vali is many. All the bhuvans are created, the entire creation happens when she opens her eyes, and the entire creation dissolves when she closes her eyes. Unmesha nimishotpanna vipanna bhuvanavali sahasra shirsha vadana sahastrakshi sahastrapad. She has infinite heads, infinite faces, infinite eyes and infinite arms. Because you, me, everyone else in this world put together in one universal body has many arms, infinite faces, infinite mukh, vadana, infinite mouths, infinite eyes, infinite hands, arms. That is the Vishwarupa Darshan of the Divine Mother. Sahastra Shirsha Vadana Sahastrakshi Sahastrapad. And such a mother who is the Vishwa Vigraha is the mother of A Brahma. A is all the Brahmas put together. Kita is the smallest unicellular organism. She is the mother. She is not just the mother of all the Brahmas. She is the mother of the Kitak also. A Brahma Kita Janani Varnashrama Vidhayini. And she decides who needs to go where. Varnashram. Who needs to become Brahma? Who needs to become the Kitak? Who needs to be a human? Who needs to be a dog? Who needs to be a Pashan? Varnashrama Vidhayini. She decides. Nijagnya Rupa Nigama. Nij Agnya Rupa. Nij is the ultimate. Agnya Rupa Nigama. Nigam is Veda. All the Vedas are nothing but her Agnya Swarup. They give us the way to live, the laws of the universe that she has set. So, Nigamas are nothing but Nijagnya. Her Agnya is the Vedas. Nijagnya Rupa Nigama. Punya Phalaprada. And whoever follows the Vedas, she gives Punya or Apunya. Both. She is the one who is the giver. Punya Phalaprada. Shruti Simanta Sinduri Krita Padabja Dhulika. This is all again one name. Shruti Simanta Sinduri Krita Padabja Dhulika. Shruti is again Vedas. Simanta Sinduri. If all the Vedas were to be personified, they would take the form of Devis. What kind of Devis? They would take the form of married women. And all these married women went to get darshan of the Divine Mother. The Vedas personified as married women went to get darshan of the Divine Mother. And when they reached her, they all bowed down at her lotus feet, and all the redness from her lotus feet touched their the place where you put the sindoor. And all of those women got the sindoor, and that's when they looked complete. Shruti Simanta Sinduri Krita Padabja Dhulika. Pad Abja Dhulika. Pad is Pada Pankaj, her feet. Abj is lotus feet. Dhulika, the dhul. Divine Mother doesn't have dust. What she has, if you look at a flower, a lotus, at the center there is some dust which is inherent to the flower. It is red in color. That redness is what we are talking about here. Padabja. So all these Shrutis, when they went and did namaskar, the Padabja Dhulika went into the place where you put sindoor, and that's what gave them shobha. Like a married woman has shobha when she has sindoor. Similarly, here it is that all the Vedas got their beauty or got their sense of completeness from the sindoor that they put when they did namaskar to the Divine Mother. Shruti Simanta Sinduri Krita Padabja Dhulika Sakalagama Sandoha Shukti Samputa Mauktika. Sakala Agam. Agam is Tantra Shastra. Sakala Agama Sandoha Shukti Samputa Mauktika. जैसे एक मोती, a pearl is between the two shells. So they're saying all the agamas are like the two shells, and hidden deep in all the agamas is a pearl, and that pearl is she. Sakala agama sandoha shukti samput. Samput is two shells closed up, and in the center of that shell is a mauktika. Sakala agama sandoha shukti samputa mauktika. Which means whether you take up the Shrutis, the Vedas, the Tantra Shastra, she is the very essence of all of it. Sakalagama Sandoha Shukti Samputa Mauktika. Purushartha Prada Purna Bhogini Bhuvaneshwari. So, Shukti Samputa Mauktika, this is where the Surya Mandal, worshipping the Divine Mother in the Surya Mandal ends. From Bhanu Mandala Madhyastha all the way to Shukti Sakalagama Sandoha Shukti Samputa Mauktika. This is all the way the Surya Mandal ends. So from here, we will take up the next set of names in the next satsang. Sarvam Shri Jagadamba Charanarpanamastu. Swasti. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.